Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be making some 5-finger or carambola fruit cake. All right, and you may be asking, why do I have this large creamy bucket? Well, in here is where I've got my carambola fruit or 5-finger. It has been soaking for a few weeks, well actually. Unfortunately, I did started filming the process of me making this, but I only got a few clips. So what I will do, I will insert the clips that I actually have of me doing the fruits. So fam, here is when I would have added the fruit with a little bit of sugar to basically caramelize and dry down, and this is what it looks like when it was done. For the purposes of this video, I will be weighing out about roughly half a pound of the fruit cake. I will of course leave the full recipe in the description box below, and so you can try it and let me know what you think. So I'm just going to weigh out. I have my digital scale here, and of course I have a container here, and I'm just going to weigh out the amount that I want. Now that I've weighed out the amount that I want, I'm just going to set that aside, and I will introduce you to the other ingredients that I will be putting in my carambola or 5-finger fruit cake. We are going to start off with our spices: cinnamon, clove, allspice, nutmeg, tonka bean, ginger, some salt to help balance out the flavor, as well as some baking powder, sugar, vanilla extract, mixed essence. This here is my browning or my coloring. Here I have the liquid browning to give it a darker color. Here we have our eggs, and these are this is 6 eggs in here, and as you know, I love to add my lime peel, which I did to help kill the freshness of the eggs. So this is a step you do not want to miss, because you want a cake to be nice and tasting really good without the egg taste or scent. And of course we have here some flour. Giving you a more closer look of everything we will be adding to the carambola or 5-finger fruit cake. Let's go. Next, we are going to start by simply adding all of our spices and the salt and baking powder to the flour. Let's go. Whisk everything together until it's well combined, just like that. Set that aside until you're ready to use it, and let's move on. Guys, you could have told me that I forgot to show you what I'm using as my fat. So this is let me make sure you can see properly, the Blue Band creamy margarine, and it's the 8 ounce, which is 4 ounces in one. All right, so it's nice and softened, and you want to make sure that it's at room temperature. That way it's a lot more easier for you to be able to blend along with the sugar. All right, so we are now going to cream that up. Now that I have added the butter to the margarine to the mixer, I'm using my stand mixer today. Hand mixer can be used as well. I'm just going to put it on a medium-high speed and just break it down for a couple seconds before adding in the sugar. Let's go. Be sure to occasionally scrape down the sides of your mixing bowl during the creaming process, because you want to make sure that everything is well incorporated together. Alright, so we had our butter and sugar creaming for roughly 5 minutes, which is more than enough time to get it nice and mixed in. So here's what it looks like. Just scrape down the sides. Next, what we are going to do is to add in the eggs. Now I'm going to add it some at a time, simply because we would have waited slightly to add the lime peel to it. I just want to show you guys. So here is one piece of my lime peel. So you want to be sure to remove it from the egg before adding it to the butter and sugar mixture. Alright, so we have added all of our eggs into the butter and sugar mixture. I'm just scraping the sides, guys. Also, you can mix the carambola or the 5-finger fruit with your regular fruits. Alright, but this is perfect if you have a lot of that on hand and you don't have your fruits, your regular fruits on, to use at the time. So we're going to add that, and then I'm also going to be adding some lime. I love adding lime to it because it does pop the flavor as well. So we're going to be adding the lime, we're going to be adding our essences, and then we'll continue to mix, and then next we'll add in our flour. So that's just me adding in the fruits. And guys, it smells so amazing in my house. You can literally feel as though it's Christmas. Yeah. So we're going to go in with half teaspoon of the mixed essence, as well as half teaspoon of the vanilla extract. So let's add that in now. So guys, I just want to show you how it looks like so far, and also again, you want to make sure that you scrape down the sides during the mixing process. But look at that. Yeah, so it's not a regular fruit, so you will have to add some coloring, or you can leave it like that. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to add in some of my burnt brown into it. But first, let's go ahead and add in our dry ingredients. So I have to just simply bring it down to add it so that it does not fall. Anyway, hold on a sec, guys. So I added in, but I did make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. We are going to mix that in until just incorporated. Right, so I did mix until just incorporated at this point, because I don't want to overmix the batter. I will add in some browning to give that dark color. Now I'm just estimating or eyeing it in terms of the amount that I'm putting in, but I will leave a link in the description box below with everything I use and the correct measurements. Just gonna add in about a couple tablespoons of it. Now you can make this as dark as you want, but just be mindful that the burnt sugar will have a bit of a bitter taste to it. So you don't want to put too much to overpower the cake, because you want those nice flavors to come through. Also, if you do have bitters on hand, you can add some to it as well. So I'm just going to add a dash, just like this. That's good enough for me, and we will continue to mix a little bit. Alright, so I'm just cleaning this up, and then we're just going to do a final gentle fold of the ingredients to make sure that the flour is well incorporated into this batter. Alright, so make sure that you always have your spatula on hand. Okay, so I'm just going to use to get rid of that excess on the spoon, and we're just going to more or less just make sure that it's good. All right, and that is perfect. So you want to make sure that you have your lightly greased pans, and today I'm going to be using two 6-inch pans. So these are my 6-inch pans. I did oil them or butter them, and you want to make sure that you also flour them. So we are going to evenly distribute them into both pans. Now guys, if you hear a loud sound in the background, it's because the rain has decided to fall at the time of me recording this video. All right, so I'm just going to use my handy kitchen scale. I'm going to do it in grams. So let me see my grams. Okay, let me just rectify that. Right. All right, so let's go. So I'm going to add in some here. All right, so that's roughly half. So this is about 622 grams in this one. We're going to make sure that they are even. All right, so now it's 678. 679, sorry, as you can see here. So I'm going to set that here, and then we're going to add the other one. One thing I forgot to mention is that you want to have your heat on low as 270 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is going to cook your cake perfectly. So we're going to add it into the oven. Hi guys, so we are back, and this is our cake. So, ooh, look at that. Still slightly warm, but we are still going to cut it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. So I'm just going to use my knife and just gently slice. Oops. Now it's best to allow it to cool completely. Right now it's still very much warm. All right, so here's what our carambola or 5-finger fruit cake looks like. I hope you would have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you would have made that kind of cake before, did you do it differently? Do you call that fruit by a different name in your country, and such like? Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video.